There is a place in Canada's far north where ghosts roam the vast tundra. Arctic wolves. This is the extraordinary story of one pack. A story of companionship and loyalty. Of deadly rivalries and fierce fights. Of new lives and devoted mothers. But food is scarce, and wolves have to travel great distances to find it. How will they survive in one of the toughest places on Earth? Ellesmere Island, at the northernmost edge of Canada. Winter here is one long, freezing cold night, where temperatures dip down to -50. When the sun finally rises after 4 months of darkness, its dim light provides little warmth. Few animals are tough enough to survive here. Less than 1,000 kilometers from the North Pole. A young Arctic wolf, a member of the Eureka Pack. He is constantly searching for food. Life on Ellesmere is severe and unforgiving. Predator and prey struggle equally for survival, and both predator and prey are equally formidable. Experience has taught this wolf that he's no match for a herd of fully grown muskox. It's best to leave them alone and join the rest of the pack. The Eureka Pack is finishing up what's left of a bull muskox they killed 2 weeks ago. It's late March, and the wolves have been fortunate so far this year. The snow was unusually deep during the winter, which left many muskoxen weak and exhausted. For the Eureka Pack, it means they will be well fed for a while. A pack is a large extended family with multiple generations living together. Alpha and Snow White return. This breeding pair head the Eureka Pack. They've experienced leaders that have been together for many years. The bond between them is strong and will last a lifetime. Alpha and Snow White's pack is large by Arctic standards, with 14 members. Their sizable family is proof of their skill, experience, and dedication. Snow White and Alpha are fiercely loyal to their family. There's a strict hierarchy within the pack. Older siblings rank higher than the young ones, and if they step out of line, they're quickly reminded of their place. Few other animals can live year-round in this frozen land. Arctic hares are well adapted to a life of extremes. In winter, they have to dig through the snow for food. The muskox's fine woolly undercoat insulates them during the freezing cold winter. They defend themselves with their great horns and bony plates. Aggressive and well-armed, they are the most dangerous animals the wolves on Ellesmere can hunt. Alpha rests. Only a notch is his trademark. When the Eureka Pack makes a kill, they waste nothing. At -40, bone is as hard as rock, but they need the fatty, nourishing marrow inside. A lone female approaches the carcass. She is taking a risk. She must be hungry. The lone female doesn't know how they'll react. She catches Alpha and Snow White's attention. She's hungry enough to risk a confrontation. The young male at the carcass doesn't seem to mind her presence. But Snow White does not approve. Alpha joins the chase. Whoever this female is, the pack won't share scarce resources with her. The last scraps of the carcass are precious, and they need to make it last as long as possible. They'll have to make another kill soon. Forced to leave, this lone female will have to start a family of her own. Snow White and Alpha must defend their food if the family is to survive the winter months. In this landscape, a wolf has little chance of surviving on its own. As the weeks go by, winter slowly loosens its grip on the land. Migratory birds return to the Arctic, a sure sign that spring is here. An Arctic fox. He searches for lemmings that spend the winter in tunnels under the snow. He's hunting for food that he can't see or smell, but can only hear. He steps quietly and listens carefully. Got one. Lemmings are an Arctic fox's most common food, making upwards of 85% of their diet. He'll need to catch many more before the day is done. The lone female wolf is out on the tundra. All by herself, she won't be able to hunt large prey like muskox. But perhaps something smaller will do. she's not nearly as graceful as an Arctic fox and comes away empty-handed. She'll have to try her luck again some other time. For now, she has to attend to more important matters. The lone female has been visiting this area for the past 2 weeks, preparing a den for her pups. It's difficult to find good den sites in the Arctic, as the permafrost limits where she can dig. Her shallow den is hidden in a small river valley. Here she can keep her new pups warm, dry and out of sight. She is all on her own as she waits for her mate to bring back food. The transition into spring is swift. The sun no longer sets, so there are 24 hours of daylight and warmth. But just because the snow is melting doesn't mean that life is any easier. Her mate's been gone for several days. Hungry, she calls for his return. But howling announces her presence, which is a mistake. Strange wolves are approaching. Alone and without the protection of a larger pack, her situation is precarious. This is another breeding pair with their adult offspring. By howling, she alerted the pack while they were out on patrol. Little did she know that she set up her den in a rival pack's territory. They close in on her scent. They haven't found her den yet, but they're getting dangerously close. She acts quickly, trying to draw them away from her den. If she fails, her pups will be killed. At last, the raiders stop and give up the chase. Perhaps the pups are safe. The raiders turn and head back down the valley. Something has caught their attention. They catch her scent again, and head straight for the den. The breeding female enters first. The young pups inside don't stand a chance. Raids are not uncommon between rival packs, but this is the first time one has been filmed. The mother can do nothing to stop the raid. She can't go closer, or they will kill her too. There were 5 pups in the den. Their deaths were swift. It seems merciless, but the raiders have pups of their own to care for and protect. The only way they can keep them safe is to eliminate any rivals. A pack, no matter how small, found denning in their territory is a potential threat. In clashes, the family with at least one more member normally wins the fight. A successful brood of a new pack today could mean the end of the raiders tomorrow. No food is wasted. Pups not eaten right away are cached for later. Time for the raiders to head back to their den, 20 miles away. Hours later, the female returns. She only dares to come back to the den when the raiders have gone. Maybe some of the pups survived. The raiders could return. She smells their presence everywhere. Her den is empty. If she stays here alone in a rival pack's territory, she's in danger. It's time to move on. Spring advances and the snow continues to melt. Snow White and Alpha are staying close to their den, and for a good reason. Snow White has given birth to 3 pups. The newest members of the Eureka pack don't even have their eyes open yet. It's rare to see such young pups outside. Alpha and the rest of the family are excited. But raising pups here is no easy task. When times are tough, less than half of all Arctic wolf pups will survive their first year. Snow White and Alpha will need the help of the entire family if they're to succeed. There's another addition to the Eureka pack, a new adult. A few days ago, a lone female joined them. Black Spot. She has a distinct marking at the base of her tail. Not only is she accepted by the others, she's the only other wolf allowed down in the den with the pups. Has she been a former member of the pack? With the arrival of the pups, the need to find food takes on a new urgency. As the matriarch of the pack, Snow White is usually the first to be fed. This is a large pack, and there are some that are charged to protect the offspring. The pack members at the den must rely on whatever food is brought back to them. Begging is a regular ritual. Each wolf can bring back up to 15 pounds of meat each trip, if the hunting is good. By licking his mouth, Black Spot entices him to regurgitate, and finally gets a morsel. Most of the year, the pack roams freely in search of prey. They can travel 25 miles a day on a hunt and be gone for over a week. But during the denning season, they must constantly return to this spot. Arctic hares have wandered close to the den. Sometimes food finds you. A young female tries her luck. Sprinting at almost 40 miles an hour, hares and wolves are an even match. Whoever stumbles first loses. The hare outpaces the female, but it makes a fatal mistake and runs towards the den. It's an easy catch for Snow White. Others aren't having as much luck. A single hare won't go far. Black Spot hopes at least for a small bite, but because she has pups to feed, Snow White claims the bulk of this meal. She'll need the extra energy to produce milk. Alpha ensures that she gets the main share. Blackspot, despite spending almost all her time with the pups, gets nothing but fur. The other pack members have not yet realized how important she is. In the spring sunshine, the pups make another appearance outside. They're only a week old and still can't see. The Eureka Pack's den site has more than one burrow. Snow White seems unsure of where to put her pups. Is she sensing something? With most of the pack away with Alpha on a hunt, those remaining at the den must be on constant alert. Suddenly, an intruder arrives. The intruder runs right up on the den, attacking all she finds. Blackspot's help is needed. Snow White leads the counterattack. She has to defend her pups. Even though the intruder is outnumbered, the unknown female keeps fighting. Her motivation remains unclear. Scientists have never witnessed such behavior. And then she heads straight for the den. Diving in front of her, Blackspot gets there first, blocking the entrance with her body. They must pull the attacker out, or she will kill the pups. Together, Snow White and Blackspot successfully repel the intruder. The pups are safe. This time. As spring advances into summer, the pups continue to grow bigger and stronger. Blackspot is spending all her time with them, and she is even nursing the pups. This is only possible if Blackspot had pups of her own. That's why she has the urge to raise offspring, even if it's not her litter. Two lactating females caring for the same offspring is extremely rare. Behavior that's never been documented before. It's clear that both females are caring and attentive to the pups. No wonder the pups are thriving. The wolves aren't the only ones tending to their young. The Arctic foxes have a full house of their own, with plenty of kits to keep them busy. Everyone is trying to make the most of the short Arctic summer. With so many young, there's no time for a break. The life of the male fox is hard enough without being dive-bombed by Jaegers. The food handoff is quick, and there's no time for him to rest. He needs to catch 30 more lemmings today. As the kids get older and start eating more solid food, the pair will have to supply upwards of 100 lemmings a day just to keep them all fed. For now, the kids are more interested in play. But if they won't eat their dinner, someone else will. At the Eureka Pack's den, summer has not been easy. They haven't made a muskox kill in over a month. They need a large kill to sustain a pack of this size. While Snow White has caught some smaller prey, Black Spot can only gnaw on a few old bones. It's not enough, but her dedication chains her to the young. She goes hungry again. The Jaegers have had more luck finding food than the wolves. Their chick needs to grow quickly if it's to fledge by the beginning of August. Insects and lemmings are all on the menu. The Arctic hares have also had their young. Unlike their parents, the leverets are well camouflaged. And by staying perfectly still, they might not be spotted. The Jaegers, however, have a different strategy. Even Alpha is no match for the persistent birds. Defeated, Alpha moves on. Mealtime again at the fox den. The pair has 11 kids. With so many mouths to feed, meals are first come, first served. Even fox mothers need a break. At the Eureka Pack's den, something is wrong. Black Spot is so weak, she's barely able to walk. She's fallen gravely ill. After spending all day, every day with the pups, she hasn't been eating. Snow White has been able to hunt, and so has stayed healthy. Alpha senses something is wrong. Even though she can barely stand, Black Spot lets the pups nurse. Her instinct to care for them is still powerful. The rest of the pack has yet to realize the gravity of the situation. They are all hungry, but Black Spot is starving. The next day, Black Spot is dead. Her death is a reminder that in the Arctic there are no easy seasons. Even in summer, the line between success and failure is a narrow one. Black Spot's body is in the den, and the pups keep returning to her side. It's a precarious time for Snow White and the pups. The others have gone hunting and won't be back for days. At the same time, Black Spot's decaying body may cause diseases for the pups. Snow White has no choice but to take them and abandon the den. Her pups are only 4 weeks old, and their legs too short for long-distance hikes. Normally, Snow White wouldn't move them for another month. Leaving now is risky. And as if this wasn't bad enough, winter strikes back. For musk oxen, the cold is no problem. But how will Snow White's pups cope with it? And there are more threats to face, like the raiders. As quick as the snow came, it disappeared. Fortunately, Snow White is an experienced mother. She knows that 20 miles to the west, there's food. Lots of it. On Ellesmere Island, the Arctic hares run in herds. The hilly slopes are ideal grazing for hares. The raiders are on the move again. But they take no interest in the muskox, because they've spotted something else. Territories often overlap at their edges, and areas of control can shift without warning. One of the Eureka Pack members has strayed too far into the raiders' territory and is now paying the price. He tries to fight back, but he's outnumbered. The greatest danger to wolves here are other wolves. Conflicts between packs are the greatest cause of wolf deaths. And while Arctic wolves can live 12 or 13 years in the wild, few will live longer than 5. Traveling alone can be deadly in the high Arctic. Will Snow White's pack find her and the pups in time? Snow White is all on her own, traveling west. Her pups are safe, but they still have further to go. The pups can only travel 2 or 3 miles before they need a few days to rest. Finally, some of her family arrives. They've managed to follow her trail. Snow White needs their help to provide for the pups. Fortunately, leverets are plentiful, and they are bigger. Snow White still has to travel 10 miles to the hills to hunt for hares. But at least it's not as far as before. Her pups are now eating solid food, and their appetites are growing. A well-fed pup can gain half a pound in a day. An older sibling tries to grab a morsel, but this food is only for the little ones. He'll have to catch his own meal. The family must press onward. Further west lie fields of cotton grass, where the grazing is good for hares and muskox. This is a good time of year for all the animals. A time to build up reserves and kick back in the summer sun. High on a ridge, the foxes have moved their kits too. Like the wolves, Arctic foxes use a network of secondary den sites for their young. Playtime is still a high priority, but infancy is short for an Arctic fox. This is a crucial time when they have to learn how to hunt. And also learn to avoid making mistakes. This big male is obviously not pleased. It's best to leave sleeping bulls lie. After an arduous and stressful journey, Snow White and the pups have finally reached their destination. There, Alpha joins her again. She is reunited with the rest of the pack, and they can finally enjoy the summer warmth together. But something startles the pack. A large bull muskox is wandering right into the middle of their resting site. It's almost rutting season, the time of year when males are at their most aggressive. Weighing over 700 pounds, a bull in his prime is a force to be reckoned with. Five times heavier than a wolf, he could easily trample the pups or collapse the tunnels where they're hiding. It's a standoff. The wolves may be faster than him, but one false move and he could gore them with his horns. Snow White needs to be careful. If the pack was hungry enough, they could surround him and take him down. But it's not worth the risk when the hares are plentiful in the area. Snow White returns to her pups to check if they're safe. They will face many more challenges in the months ahead. But thanks to the dedication of Black Spot and Snow White, they've got all to make it. One even has a distinctive black spot at the base of her tail, just like her foster mother. By working together, the family kept their pups safe. They still have much to learn before the season changes again. Winter is just 6 weeks away. For the first time, the pups will face icy cold temperatures and months of total darkness.